Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about collusion, the great prisoner's dilemma. So, at the first of this chapter, we need to know the various types of collusion and its application in real world. So, firstly, the collusion type is overt collusion, and we are defining overt collusion as formal explicit agreement between two groups or companies to coordinate their actions. Here, actions can be setting prices, production quotas, or how they will divide the market share. But the problem of the overt collusion is that since it is a formal or explicit agreement, it is illegal. So here in the text, we are saying that here it is written that because overt collusion is illegal in the United States, most efforts to fix prices are rather than or overt or explicit. So, because of the overt collusion being illegal in the United States, we basically follow the tacit rather than the overt or the explicit collusion we have discussed earlier. So, tacit collusion results in when different firms set identical prices without ever meeting to discuss prices because of a meeting of the minds, whereby competitors realize that it is in all their best interest to avoid competition. Simply, we can define the tacit collusion as when firms indirectly coordinate their behavior without any formal or explicit agreement. If we look at the uh, absolute meaning of the tacit, it means action that is silent. And here, the silent refers to the formal absence of formal or explicit agreement. So in the next part, we are revisiting the prisoner's dilemma, and here we are in a position to discuss the payoff metrics of General Electric and Westinghouse. And if we look at the payoff metrics, we see that there are two types of action for both General Electric and Westinghouse action. First one is collude and second one is defect. So if the both firm collude, then they earns a profit of, say, for example, $100, and General Electric also earns $100. Similarly, if Westinghouse defect, its payoff becomes 120, but General Electric profit is lower than the Westinghouse 25. Similarly, General Electric, if it's collude, it earns 120, but if Westinghouse defect, then its payoff becomes 25. And in this chapter, we will use the term perfect collusion only if the profit maximizing output are produced by these firms. So here we see that if General Electric and Westinghouse are able to perfectly collude, they each earn a profit of $100. But if any one of them defect, the firm defecting earns higher than the firms colluding. So, as a solution of the prisoner's dilemma, we will be discussing the tit-for-tat strategy. And here we see that a tit-for-tat player adopts the following strategy. Means that the two conditions must be fulfilled. First one is they both will start by cooperating in the first round, but in every subsequent round, adopt the strategy played by your opponent in the previous round. Means that in round n, we will adopt opponent strategy that have taken place in n-1 period. We can skip this part. Our main concern is table 9.2. Profits Janson and Waldman and their payoff metrics are given below. And the right part we see the Waldman section, and the left part we see the Janson action, and their action are of two types: collude and defect, and for also Janson, collude and defect. So as we have seen the rules of tit for tat, the first condition is that both will start by cooperating in the first round. So if we look at the payoff matrix, and we will assume that Janson is the tit for tat player, and Waldman will always play the dominant strategy. If so, then Janson in round 1 will play for collude, but since we have assumed that Waldman will always play the dominant strategy, so if we look at the payoff matrix, then we see that when Waldman play the dominant strategy of defect, it means 120 for Waldman. So if Waldman plays the dominant strategy, then its payoff would be $120. At the same time, since Janson is a tit-for-tat player, his payoff would be 25. So in round 1, Janson's strategy would be tit-for-tat, and his profits would be $25, and Waldman plays the dominant strategy, so his profits should be 120. But in the second condition, we have seen that in every subsequent period, the tit-for-tat player will adopt this strategy previously taken by his opponent. So in this table, we see that since Waldman has chosen the strategy of defect in round 1, and according to the condition of tit-for-tat strategy, the tit-for-tat player, or here Janson, will go for defect, and he earns a profit of $80. Similarly, according to the condition number 2, Waldman will play his dominant strategy and will earn a profit of $80. Here is the profit of $80. So both players are playing for defect, and they have earned the same profits, $80. So according to the condition number 2, since the players are taking their or they are following the actions previously taken by their opponent, so since here Janson have played for defect, Waldman has also played for defect. So in round 3, Janson will also play for defect, and Waldman will also play for defect, and their payoffs are as before, $80. So by this way, we continue the game up to round 200, and in the last round also, their payoff will be $80 and $80. And in the total profit row, we have calculated the total profit of the Janson after 200 round, and Waldman profit after 200 round. And here we see that Janson have earned $15,945. We can elaborate the calculation here, how it has been calculated. So in the first round, Janson has earned 25. So we have written 25 plus, since there are 200 rounds and the first round have been already played, and Janssen have earned $25. So we can exclude the first round as we have written already here, and the remaining rounds are 199. We have written here 199 times, since after round 1 up to round 200, they all earn, Janssen earn $80. So there is no difference. So we can multiply the remaining round 199 by each payoff. $80. And if we calculate this, we find the total profit earned by Janssen after 200 round, and it is 15,945. Similarly, if we calculate the Waldman profit for 200 rounds, we can similarly calculate it. So in round 1, Waldman earns 120. So after round 1, there are 199 rounds remaining. And if we multiply the 199 by the profits or payoff earned in each period or round is $80. And if we calculate the 120 plus 199 times 80, we find the total profit earned by Waldman after round 200, and is 16,040. So here we can see the explanation of the above table and the calculation we have done before. And it is said that in the first round, Janssen uses the Tit-for-Tat strategy and plays collude, and he earns profit of $25. Waldman plays the dominant strategy in the prisoner's dilemma game and defects, and he earns $120. So after round 1, we see that Janssen earned $25, but Waldman earns $120, although by defecting. So since Waldman is earning more profits than Janssen, so we can say that Waldman wins the first round by defecting. So Waldman continues to play the dominant strategy and earn $80. After 200 rounds, Waldman earns 16,040 as we have calculated before, and Janssen earns 15,945. So Waldman has clearly won because his total profits is 16,014, but Janssen total profits is 15,945, which is less than the profit earned by Waldman. So Waldman has won. But it is purely a Pyrrhic victory because they had reached the perfectly collusive result. They each would have earned profit of 20,000. So if both players, Janssen and Waldman, had played for collude, as we see in the payoff matrix, since every round, if in every round they play for collude, both Janssen and Waldman, they will earn a profit of $100 in every round. So if they earn $100 in one round, after 200 round, they will earn 100 times 200 equal 20,000. So it is said that although Waldman has won the game, but it is a Pyrrhic victory.